Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. I've got a lot of stuff today to worry about. Some extra stuff. With the game, but yeah. Welcome in to another session of D&D. I hope you're gonna enjoy this one. I've been looking forward to this. I've had today's session planned for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
But
You were just waiting
I
for it.
no, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go.
So you were just waiting for us to be level 9, so we wouldn't all die. That's I understand.
I mean, actually, I
We're
was
still going
to
die.
the original plan was for you to level up after this, because honestly, I doubt that your level up is going to matter too much today. To be honest.
Oh well, dude, I now have access to level 3 spells, so.
Sure, yes, okay, sure,
No,
yeah.
probably. I actually have no idea what's happening, so.
Yeah. Let's I guess let's start off by recapping what happened last time, and then we'll talk about the level up. So, who wants to bring us up to speed?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
How about you feared? It was mostly a lot about your character. So.
It was like that. It was the call an ambulance, but not for me meme for Fred.
So I survived the ritual.
Yeah.
And things were different. Above the table, to clarify, because I'm not sure if everyone fully understood what had happened, but I now have a dragon mark, which lets me do stuff, and then I was also allowed to change some of my build. So I've now lost some levels in Bard and gained some levels in Sorcerer, although after the level up, I've now got another one of the Bard levels back. So, yeah. And then we went over to Alf to see what was popping with him. He said that my experience was unusual and chaotic. And so there could be potential changes down the line. Then after that, we essentially didn't do too much of plot heavy stuff. We kind of debated about where we're going for a while and what we were going to. Oh yeah, because we were attacked.
No, we never do that.
We were attacked on the before we went to Alf. We were attacked on the riverbed or lakeside by the Thieves Guild that we because there was a bounty on my head because of the dragon mark, and they just immediately knew that. And it was the gnome who didn't speak and all of his gang. Not we don't know if there's any relation to the Rat King as of yet, but we strongly debated whether we were going to go over there, steal back our money that we'd paid them, or just teach them a lesson in etiquette.
But Janice was outvoted, sadly.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I think I actually have a spell, which we can get to that later. But yeah, we eventually decided to go back the way we came to Sarvant, and then most likely to Farn Lawson, and we stayed a night at Robert the Innkeeper's place.
Awesome. New spells.
And actually also God, I always forget her name.
And loss.
Anlos was feeling unwell and decided to stay back in the town of Rodonia and not to come with us. After we were kind of there was a fair little suspicion from the party of why are you trying to do this, especially after one of our parties just received a dragon mark, and we've spoken to Alf, was a part of the old ways. So there's some suspicion as to why she didn't come with us. But she thinks she'll heal on her own and will just reconvene with us at Sarvant. She'll catch up.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And I think we left off.
I'll put that in quotation marks. We'll catch up.
Yeah. I think we left off just before reaching the Beaver Rock Inn.
Yeah. And I think there was also a whole thing where we were trying to figure out if Feared had suddenly become evil somehow.
Yeah.
We tried casting a spell, but it was inconclusive. We tried asking him some questions, but they were also not very helpful. So we're unsure if Feared is evil now.
Have we tested to see if he has any resistances to anything?
We did actually check if I was more durable. Donnie did punch me with his weapon.
I did. Yes.
I thought that was like
It was a scientific process.
Yeah.
I was judged for it at the time. But yeah, that sounds.
Yep. That's yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I would add that Mort did like verify that Anlos was actually like, you know, sick and had reason not to like go out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. So I guess we could go and go through your characters and what happened on your level up here between sessions. So let's start off with HJ. You go ahead since you already mentioned it.
So I've now regained a level of Bard after not having it last session, and after having to actually look it all up rather than just using Wikidoc, because of course that was down, I realized that I hadn't given myself one of the things that was part of my subclass last time, when I last was a level 6 Bard. So yay, more stuff, I guess. So now I have Counter Charm again, so I can, as an action, prevent any of us within 30 feet of us. No, we have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. So, not sure how useful that is unless we know a group frighten or charm is incoming. But good to have.
Well, yeah. I mean, frightened can.
It's hard to tell when stuff is going to happen, but I can, for one turn, I can. Is there a cooldown on this? I don't know. But yeah, that'll come up if it comes up. But then the actually useful thing that I didn't write it down last time for whatever reason. I can make any creature up to a number of my charisma mod magically understand me for an hour. So language barriers.
Regular Disney princess.
Yeah. Does it say?
I want to hear the song about the mark. Oh, it's really powerful.
Yeah, it just says creatures. So I guess that could potentially be interpreted as animals. Although I could just also ritually cast speak with animals, but
But see, then,
Yeah.
then you have the awkward
That
10
takes
minutes
10
of
minutes.
hanging out, not talking. You're like, just give me 1 second, and then you just.
I could also use a spell slot immediately. I've also now gained a 5th level spell slot. I don't have any 5th level spells as I have multi-class now. So I also don't have any 4th level spell slots, and I've got no, I don't have any 4th level spells, but I have 4th level spell slots. So I shall be upcasting quite a bit. And the spell,
Yeah. That's
the additional
perfect
spell that
news.
I know now is clairvoyance.
Ooh.
So we can
What does that do?
basically scry on a place that's familiar to you, you've visited or seen before. So yeah, basically we can
That's
spy on
really
places
magical.
we've been to.
Is that? But is it like the other tracking ones? Like, do people there know that you're looking at that location?
If they have if they can see through invisibility or have I'll put it in chat because
Okay.
my spells I don't have too many of, so I might as well.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the like sensor one. Okay.
Mhm. So
Cool.
potentially useful. We'll see.
Oh, solid pick.
Yeah, of course I need to go and get a focus worth at least 100 gold, but that can probably be done at Sarvent if we're able to get to Sarvent.
Just for flavor's sake, are you getting a? What are you feeling for that focus?
Um,
Just like your little monocle. You get your little like bullhorn.
Wow. He says a jeweled horn
Yeah.
for hearing,
Can you?
or so. Half of me wants to have a horn and then potentially play it at other times, but
Could you
we'll see
potentially
what's in store.
upgrade your current spellcasting focus, your flute or
Just
I
It's
don't
potentially.
like
think so, 'cause
glue
it's
some
for
gems onto it.
hearing.
It's
Yeah.
it's a spell specific material cost, so it doesn't
Yeah.
work the same.
Yeah.
okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah. So you're now Bard 6 and Sorcerer 3, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I now remember what I had to say, which was for Kate, who might as well go next. But before you tell us about your character, let us know, because you did go through last session. You did have a long rest, so let us know if there's a Todd 3.0.
Yeah. Yeah. I made Todd 3.0. And he now is beefier because I leveled up, so he also his hit points just go up, and his my proficiency bonus went up, so like all of his stuff went up. So he now does more. I'm starting with Todd. Todd does more damage, just like 1 more damage on his hit, and then his skills are better. And he now has 53 hit points, and I have 54 hit points.
So do you
We are-
finally have more than him now?
I finally have more than him. Yeah, I got 3rd level spell slots. Woohoo! And since we long rested, I can prepare some of them. I swapped out one of my infusions, but I can still only hold 3 at a time. Yeah, I can hold 4 at 10th level, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't think anything else is. Oh, I got Arcane Jolt. Put that in the chat. Yeah, so I can boost my magic weapon attacks or Todd's attacks with an extra 2d6 of force damage.
Is this like unlimited use or equal to?
number of times equal to your intelligence modifier.
Intelligence modifier.
Which is 4 with the stone.
Nice.
Yeah, both of those are really nice, though. That's awesome.
All right. Then Jake.
Yeah, mine's super simple. I just got the ability Indomitable. I basically can re-roll a failed saving throw, and I have to use the new roll. I can use it once per long rest. That's it.
Nice.
The easy
Failed-
mid-tiers of the fighter.
Failed what roll? Any roll.
Saving throw.
Saving throw, yeah. So any saving throw. Yeah, if you fail it.
It says that you fail in the title.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I get to know the result, and then I can re-roll, but I have to use the new one. But I already failed, so it's like it can't get any worse. Like, of course, I'll use the new one. Like, how would I know?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can't get any worse. Yeah.
I guess that's true. It could get worse potentially. I guess you're right.
I mean,
You could roll a 1.
I don't know why it would get worse.
I don't know.
No, there's
Yeah.
like
Well,
no
it goes
Because
like,
if you fail.
if you
if you
get
had
a
different-
9 or you get a 1.
yeah, it could be like a dex saving throw on a trap, and maybe you had scaled based on the fail. I don't know. Either way,
If it's any roll,
I-
then it could be.
no, it's a saving throw, not any roll.
Oh, wow, saving.
A failed saving throw is gonna be a failed saving throw, no matter how you fail.
Yes,
But
I say exactly.
but yeah. Anyways,
Easy peasy.
all right. How about Tillman?
Yeah. My level up was also pretty easy. I get a bit more sneak attack damage, 1 more die. I rolled well on my hit points, so I rolled a 7 out of 8, so I got 57 hit points, and I gain the ability Steady Eye, which basically means I get advantage on perception and investigation, so long as I don't move more than half of my speed during my turn. This has a couple. The main knock-on effect of this is that so long as I am not moving, my passive perception becomes 25, which is pretty insane. And it also negates the sunlight sensitivity during the day as long as I'm not moving, because the advantage and the disadvantage, they cancel out. But yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, and yeah, like I wrote on Discord, it's unfortunately one of those situations where it's gonna be kind of situation based how it's gonna be interpreted in terms of like if something else is moving you, so to speak. Because on one hand, I don't want to like I don't want to just put everything into a position where anytime you move in any way, it's not gonna work, because that's gonna be dumb. Like I said, like if you're on a ship that's moving, you're not moving anywhere, so you're not doing anything. But then on the other hand, I also think it would be silly if you could, for example, ride a horse at full speed inside of a cave and then make an investigation check on a rock with advantage. So yeah, but basically the just so you know, the like gist of it for me is just whether you're like actively having to do something for it or not.
Yeah. So like if I'm just like lying in the back of the cart or something, then I would be still or not moving really.
Well, yes, pretty much. Although, I would one thing that I would say that came into my mind with that was the fact that actually, as I think about it, you and Jake actually weren't here for it, but I remember that the party actually downgraded your cart back before you went down into the mountain, because you really wanted to take the cart with you into the small tunnel. So it has been downgraded. So I'm actually going to require you to perhaps want to upgrade it if you want to have people riding in it more actively.
Consequences to our actions? What the
That's not allowed.
hell?
We'll need a bigger magical cart added to the quest pile.
From the very beginning, the cart was not supposed to be anything for you to ride in the first place. But since you have in fact downgraded it, I'm going to take that off of you.
By the way, speaking of cart, reminds me. So Kate, one other thing you missed. My glaive has powered up once more, and so now I can Donnie's glaive should be in inventory, like in the inventory list. I can basically dispel an AoE effect that's on top of me, and it gives me a 1d10 ranged attack using it out to 60 feet. So
Isn't it also melee as well?
well, my reach is 60 feet, and it's a 1d10. So I mean, sure, but
No, your reach is it's 1d10 on top of your normal attack.
oh, in addition, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And it's technically a melee attack, just to
Okay.
make
good.
things easy.
I figured it was the
For
same
us.
roll either way.
Yeah.
Because then you don't lose it once you make the ranged attack.
Well, and just to be clear, as I reread this, it's an action to use that ability, correct? I don't
Yes,
think it's,
yes,
okay.
yes.
I don't think it's stated in the description. That's what I thought it was. So, yeah. My stick gets even spicier. It's all this big fancy.
Spicy stick.
Spicy stick.
All right, Mort.
All right. I thought really hard about taking fighter level because of the bonus to hitting things very hard, and how that synergizes with Death Clerics being able to kill anything that's in melee range. But I decided to go for the Cleric level instead, and I have 5th level spell slots now. More importantly, Greater Restoration. And that's... And a lot of replacements for Spirit Guardians that just aren't as good as Spirit Guardians. And Mass Cure Wounds, but I don't think we will ever use that.
Now we're really tempting Murphy.
More just shirking his duty as the healer. Just like,
It's like, listen, guys.
Nah.
I could heal you all, but it's just why would I bother?
I mean, to be fair, we can get a 2d6 number of proficiency bonuses
yeah.
nowadays.
I mean, I can now sort of do ranged healing through Todd. So
I've got healing word still, so we shouldn't have more than one person needing healing at a time.
And I have a whole potion in case something goes wrong for me. So don't worry.
Yeah. I also have Cloud Kill, which is the main reason why I didn't take Healing Word. I mean,
The
prepare his
genocide
Healing
spell.
Word. Yes, praise
because
the
you got
Jurgle.
a super cool death fog.
Can you select who's affected, or is it just going to be like
Everyone.
That's what I thought. I was gonna say, it's just like, trying to watch out for getting too close now.
What kind of damage is it?
A lot.
No, but what type?
A lot.
Wait, let me just put it up in chat.
Basically, all I want to know is if it's poison damage.
Yeah, it's poison.
Oh, so you can leave
It's
Todd in the
poison?
thick of it.
Todd is immune.
He's just running through giant miasma storm, punching things.
But yeah, I was when I saw you talking about like dropping down or not taking cleric level for a fighter level, I was just like thinking about how convenient. Right after the other healer of the party lost some healing levels.
Did you like my short essay I wrote for you about all of the potential options though?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I was gonna go cleric. I was like, nice. Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I was
It
basically,
seems like
it
you
boiled.
really wanted fighter.
Yeah, I mean, it boiled down to whether I wanted new courage mort or if I wanted to continue with the scaredy cat mort, and scaredy cat mort wanted the
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's still room if you ever want to go fighter, but like by all means, please give us some sort of healing.
The spell slots really are good, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean the thing always when like multiclassing from a spellcaster to a non-spellcaster is that your spells are just always gonna be then
One less
weaker.
number.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, there aren't many situations where multi-classing is.
I mean, welcome to the half casters. I just got 3rd level spell slots.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
I think-
you're,
It's all situational.
I mean,
I have
I've considered
one fifth level spell.
multi-classing into something magical, but I think Janice is gonna go probably just straight rogue.
We can have
Forever.
even more cantrips in the party. How many cantrips do people have, by the way? Because I know
I-
I've got a few.
I only get 2 cantrips, but I get a 3rd next level.
I have
I
8.
mean, I have
Oh, great.
Oh my
detect magic, which may as well be a cantrip for me.
I mean, I only need 2. I have mending and firebolt.
I have that too. But I
if
thought I
Donnie-
wouldn't step on your territory for mending. I thought I'd leave that for you.
Thank you.
I think if Donnie could have a cantrip, he would have good berry. He would just.
Ooh.
Good berry's a fun one, yeah.
He's just like chilling by himself. All
right.
One bite.
Anyways, that's pretty much it. So yeah, where we left off was that our brave group of adventurers, including Todd, have you've arrived at Beaver Rock Inn in the evening, and yeah, we sort of unfortunately had to end a little bit early there, so we didn't actually get inside. But now you're going inside the inn, and you are greeted by the innkeeper, who sees you come in and just comes to greet you and says, hello, welcome. How may I help you all today, adventurers?
Just to
What
clarify,
time is it again?
Evening.
you've said there's stuff out of game. There's been no indication of anything abnormal in game. Just double checking that there's anything potentially askew here.
No, nothing weird.
Okay, yeah.
I think the only thing weird was that the rock next to the Beaver Rock Inn wasn't actually shaped like a beaver.
So, clearly there's black magic afoot. Then greet the innkeeper, say, hello, we'd like to book a room.
The innkeeper looks your group over and says, yes, well, you're in luck. We do happen to have enough room today, although we have quite a lot of guests staying here today. But we have these 2 rooms, and they just show you there's a couple of rooms behind them on the ground floor, and they say we have these couple of rooms here on the ground floor that you can use. One of them has 2 beds, one of them has 3 beds. So whichever way you want to divide your group up.
Thank you. Yeah.
The way you said
yeah.
that, dude.
I was gonna say the way you phrased this.
Like the
Well,
You activated every single metagaming bone in my body.
Hey, Todd.
so-
Hey, Todd. You're looking real beefy. You're looking real nice. Merv, why don't you and I room up over there for the doubles,
Okay.
and then old Toddy boy here and I can we can get a little sparring session, and that was beefed up form.
I mean, I guess a room to myself is too much to ask, but Innkeeper, you mentioned that there's a lot going on. Is there some sort of event, or is it just a confluence of travelers?
Is there a convention
passing
going
through? Yeah.
They say, oh no. I mean, there's this inn is at a very very good place here on the high road. So we just have a lot of people traveling in and out all the time.
Oh, very interesting. Cool. And could we have your name, please?
Yes, my name is Aramius Hawks.
Hawks.
Yes. Aramius Hawks. And the keeper says, the night is still young, so if you would want, you can. We have a nice little common area here, restaurant area. You may partake in some food, drinks. There's, as you can see, there's a lot of people here already out here. There's not all of these people are staying here for the night. There's some local farmers as well visiting. But yes, you can order some an evening meal or something to drink from the barkeep. Of course, leave your stuff in your room if you need.
Do you have any specials today? Soup of the day, or anything you can especially recommend?
Yes, cabbage soup is very good.
What?
I'll have that then.
Cabbage soup, you say? That's vegetables and water, two of my favorite things right there. That's what I want.
Is it like a bread bowl, but instead of a bread bowl, it's a cabbage?
You don't know.
That sounds actually pretty interesting.
Do you have a band by chance?
They say, oh no, we do have over there in the corner. You see, there's a piano and a small stage. We don't have anybody performing today, unfortunately. But
Well, do you want one?
if there's anyone who wants to go and sing some songs for the rest of the people, that's always welcome.
Well, of course, I could grace you with my musical talent. One such as I must give back to those where possible.
The innkeeper says, "Oh, you're a professional."
I am a professional, as it were.
He is. It's quite remarkable. By the way, how sturdy is that piano looking? By the way,
Sturdy.
like, could Donnie potentially lay across it while Ford plays music?
No.
Okay, another question. What's the general vibe of this room? Like,
So
is it like
it's
a party, or is it?
it's a big room. There's it's not exactly like a party, but there's like a lot of people just huddled in their own groups,
Okay.
Can I quickly scan the
drinking,
room
eating.
to see if there's any characters we've seen before, or like anyone we recognize?
You can and you don't. The innkeeper says, well, I mean, we could always sort out a deal. We hadn't discussed the prices of the rooms yet, but if you were to entertain our guests tonight, I could maybe throw in a discount on the rooms.
Yes, that works for me. You'll be blown away.
Roll an one.
Do you need a lead singer for your performance, Feared?
Oh, you are.
Or perhaps some interpretive dances. Could probably use a strong. I can see a strong turtle throwing a very nimble rogue in the air for some acrobatics, and that would play on both of our strengths.
How high?
You
are
may
the
join me
ceilings,
for a
Drew?
number or two.
Wonderful. Then how about we find a table, get seated, and yeah. If you're gonna set up your show, or
Guys, I kind of need to do something. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
You're
Alright.
gonna miss the show. Okay,
So-
and Donnie picks a spot kind of in the corner if he can find one, and tries to get a table for the group. One where he can look out and see, and he's just going big chill and arms up on the rails.
Yep. You find a table for 5. I mean
But
6.
what about Todd? Where's Todd gonna?
He doesn't need a chair. He can just be on the outside. He's fine.
Now, Todd needs a baby booster.
you have to put like extender pistons in his legs so he can like rise up to eye level.
So before this, do you take your stuff to your rooms?
Yes.
I'm keeping the glaive in cane mode and walking my way around.
Yeah, it just.
I've always got an instrument on hand.
Like, why
Interesting.
wouldn't we?
Yeah, but like your other stuff.
Yeah, drop off the bag. Sure.
I mean, I'm not
Oh,
terribly
like-
sure what we have to do with Fluffy in the chest.
Like,
so
like Mort's shield and stuff like that.
I mean, just your items, your backpacks, everything. You probably don't want to be carrying those around while you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I mean,
so
I
so
think,
like
I
any.
think I'd keep. think
I
I'd
don't
probably-
need. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
don't need to know what you're keeping and what you're not
Okay,
keeping.
sorry.
I'm just asking if you're going into the rooms to put any of your stuff, anything you want,
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah,
nothing
Sure,
at
yeah,
all. Are you entering the rooms?
Yes.
Sure, yes.
I'll go
okay.
to the 3-room. I think we agreed that Donnie, you said you wanted to share a room with Mervyn and.
I wanted to wrestle. Yeah, I wanted to wrestle with Todd because he looks all big and strong now in his new form. So
Okay, then I guess us more reasonable folk will take the 3-person room, and if
it's
there's
reasonable to be afraid of the sunlight. Okay.
yeah.
I
Is
no
there,
longer
like...
have such weaknesses. Oh no.
I have surpassed my
The shadow
physical
crew
limits.
can be over there, or the death cleric, and the,
And the edgy rogue.
yeah.
Is it like singles, or is there like a bunk bed, or is it like a twin and a single?
Okay, so let's start off with the triple room. You have 3 single beds to choose from in there. There's a small table with 2 stools next to it, and there's a small dresser in there as well. And it's pretty tight. Like the whole building isn't that big, so the rooms must be quite small.
there a window?
No, in fact, you've noticed that there aren't really any windows. Like from the outside, you could see already that there aren't really any windows except for in like the common area, the bar area out there. The rooms don't have any specific windows otherwise.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the 3-person room. As said, it is pretty small. Meanwhile, in the 2-person room, Mervyn and Donnie, you find yourselves in a room that's got, first of all, it's got a single bed, and then it's got a double bed as well. So 2 beds. And there's also a nice sofa there. You have a nice, somewhat bigger table there. It's got
Minibar?
several.
I was gonna say we got the minibar. We got in-room jacuzzi. What are we working with?
Bring in room service, you know.
you got a few chairs there on with the table. There's also a nice little fireplace there with a nice little rug in front of it, and the room seems quite spacious for this place and for just 2 beds there. And yeah, it looks very nice indeed.
Well, Donnie, you're maybe just a little bigger than I am, so maybe.
I'm 6 foot 240 or 450. So yeah, I'm a little bit bigger than you.
Yeah, just a tad.
How tall are you? Sorry.
6 foot.
Just 6 foot.
Yeah.
Right, but he's a big turtle.
I'm a thick old boy, but
He's
Well,
wide.
in terms of height, Fred is taller.
Right, no, in height he's kind of.
Yeah.
You're a nice, lean, long frame. Not
Actually,
just like,
Yeah.
Janice is taller than 6 foot too, I think.
okay, I'm 5'11". Fine, I'm 5'11".
I think I prefer as 5'10".
Fine, you caught me, okay? You caught me. I'm 5'11". I mean, I've never really had like a bed that big before. I'm used to like kind of going on the floor. So, is it? I know that you guys have spines that are back versus stomach. Sleeping's important. I just kind of like curl up in my shell though. Like, I'll take the big old bed if you want, but like, I'm really like I got a built-in.
You don't need a bed,
firm,
period.
well, it's
a
built-in firm mattress that's my belly, and it's kind of blocked. Like, I don't really get any proprioception if I have a softer surface to lay on.
Okay.
It's all,
Then
all
I'll
the
take
same
the
to
big
me.
bed.
Yeah.
Take the big bed then.
Are these rooms like right next to each other?
Yes.
So we can all hear and see in, or like look in.
No. I mean, visually you don't. They are actually they are. So they are situated. They share a wall, but then the doors to both rooms are actually in. Yeah, like there's one like at the back, and then the other one's at like another corner, and there's another wall between those doors as well. So the sound installation isn't exactly perfect, but a quiet conversation is going to be. You won't hear a quiet conversation, but if somebody starts screaming,
we could do Morse code through the walls if we wanted to, or something like that.
Yes.
If we knew Morse code.
Yes, you can Morse code through the wall. You can probably
Yell.
if you really need to, you can probably break the wall.
Okay.
Why would we need to break the wall,
You do
dude?
a cool
Why would we need to break the wall?
I don't know. You were thinking about it.
That is very
I
true.
was actually thinking about breaking the walls.
If our room, all I know is if our room is this spacious, I can't imagine how grand of a room the other guys must have. Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like getting into some arm wrestling shenanigans, or maybe trying to make a dime or two. These farmers, they're always all about showing that forearm strength. Let's go. Let's go get some cabbage soup. I think.
Let's go scam the hell out of some farmers.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to arm wrestle a turtle? I know. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, we're dropping stuff off in the room.
Yeah. So you find the 5-person table at the bar area there, and Frid's starting to prep to do some performances. As said, there's a lot of people here, different kinds of people, different walks of life, different vibes, and just to give you a better idea of the surroundings, there is a second floor to the building. The common area sort of the common area goes on all the way to the very top ceiling. So the second floor it's got like this indoor balcony thing, and then there's some rooms over there. And yeah, so you assume since downstairs you only saw the 2 rooms that you were in, and then there's a third closed door as well. So there's maybe like 3 rooms on the ground floor, but then the rest must be up there.
Yeah.
And you can hear that there's some people upstairs as well.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna order food and sit and eat and no.
In the small room, can I briefly like check to see if there's anything in the cupboards?
Your room, you mean?
Yep.
No, it's all empty.
Okay.
But yeah, you get some cabbage soup. The staff is nice. It seems like it's a family run business here, so
Is this one the chain one? The chain?
no.
Okay.
No.
Really?
I thought this was the chain one, and they had a competitor that was another chain.
I thought they that was the inn in Rydonia that said they were.
Hence him saying family
The
run.
dancing halfling?
Or what we're talking about.
Or the bouncing gnome, or whatever. Yeah.
Dancing gnome? Winking halfling, that was Robertson. I organized all my notes. Finally.
While we're eating, can I like take a look around at the people in the room and do like a quick threat assessment? Is there anyone who seems not a farmer, not a merchant, but like more a martial type, maybe?
Yes. You can do that, and you're looking with your advantageous eyes at the people. You don't really see anyone who's like a threat necessarily. Maybe you see you do see a gnome who seems to be some sort of noble person, and they have a big bodyguard or you assume it's their bodyguard, who seems to be someone who could maybe fight you or punch you. They just like looking at them, they seem to be maybe someone, but it doesn't. They seem to be working here for the noble.
Okay. Keep an eye out. Okay. In that case, then Donnie's eyeing him up and down, by the way. To,
all right.
Extract some stats from him. So I'll send you a whisper.
Yep. Give me the questions.
Otherwise, he's just chilling. He's like, okay.
Yep. I'm just gonna have you SJ roll the performance now. So we know how it goes.
See how many people join your fan club.
Here's the roll. 23.
Respectable.
I still got the bard music.
Maybe.
Still got those nimble fingers.
So yeah. Frid just starts playing music,
Wailing away on the piano.
Cool.
Yeah. Is there anything else that anyone's looking to do here now?
Nothing I need to do tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've read most of that dwarven legal codex that I picked up a while ago. I mean, maybe it would be time to find another book to spend some time reading, but Who was reading that diary? That was Feared,
I
right?
was, and then I put it back on the cart.
Okay. Yeah, but Janice isn't really interested in some dude's diary, so. Yeah, no, nothing special. Just gonna keep an eye out on the crowd. Enjoy the cabbage soup. Maybe order an ale or something.
Sure. I'm waiting for Jake's message here.
See my stats
Yo.
as well. That's why. But,
You don't think I know your stats by
I
heart?
don't know. You don't know my current HP because I just leveled up. So unless you give it a little peeksy. But...
I mean, I actually don't know that it is. I do know what it is, but
I guess I don't know. I guess it's true. By changing, you probably can see it.
Can see all the character sheets.
Because you're omnipotent.
Yeah, I mean, I can look at the character sheets, but it is nice because I do not know your stats.
The armor class would be easy for you to know because it's never changing. But
yeah.
Would you gain a bonus if you had a shield?
I can use a shield. I can't don armor. But with the polearm master's build, I can't ever wear a shield. So because then I don't have
your thing is two-handed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like with this build, I couldn't. With other stuff, you could, or you could do the bracers of fortitude that give you like a +2 to AC. Like I can wear those, but I couldn't wear heavy armor or medium armor.
So we spend the evening discussing different types of fighting, and Janice is going to champion the cause that poisoned weapons are obviously superior to non-poisoned weapons.
And then I'm going to weigh in. It doesn't matter. You and your
that is a big boy over
poisons. If you can't kill him in one blow, don't bother at all.
I mean, maybe. All I gotta say is that is one thick boy over there. That is, I can tell you all that right now. Like, I don't know if you see this man, this tall drink of water. Ooh, that is what we on the streets would call a worthy challenge, not an easy opponent.
A worthy opponent.
No. It's a worthy challenge because that boy thick, you know.
Yeah. Anyone going to fight any peasants or anything? I don't know.
Do you want us to? Because we can.
No,
You're gonna go
just
up and arm wrestle.
Is he doing like? Is he just because you said he was guarding like the gnome. So is he like on duty? He's not just.
Yeah.
He's very clearly like working right now. It's like I'm not gonna interrupt a man who's clearly in the midst of a job. Like that's just rude. Like if he was here unwinding after a hard day's work, that'd be a different story. I might show him a piece of my mind. But like he's a big old strong boy and he's on the clock. Like when I'm on the clock, I'm packing. That's all I'm saying. And I don't exactly want to have a bloodbath in the middle of this fine establishment here. But if y'all are interested in Janice, you want to meet some other nobility, we got some gnome ability over there. If you want to go check them out.
Well, I don't know.
I know us lowly folks don't normally let you whistle, but I mean,
if I turn around on my seat and look at like the people sitting at the next table, are they like farmers or what type of people are they?
One table over, you see some people who are very obviously just farmers. They seem to be probably some of those locals that the innkeeper was talking about.
Yeah.
And can I like surreptitiously listen in to see if they're talking about anything interesting, or if it's just like farmer boring stuff?
it's farmer boring stuff. Yeah.
Janice has actually no idea what actual farming, like all of her experience with farming has to do with like fungus and stuff like that.
Well,
So-
I
Yeah,
mean, would she even? Because she's a royal, isn't she?
Well, she has like this vision of farming from like a logistics standpoint, like you need this many farmer units to attend to this many square units of cave to produce this and this much, or something's going wrong. But like the actual labor part, no
How to
clue.
plow a field or whatever.
Yeah.
What even
Yeah.
is a plow?
But anyways, I mean they are not talking about farming either, because they're off here, having a drink. But yeah, it's nothing interesting.
Okay.
And no one's responding to Fred's beautiful performance.
Oh yeah,
Hi, guys.
yeah, sure they love it, sure.
I'd say
Everyone
should.
Are we still doing the performance?
We're
We're-
always
we're-
doing a
We're
performance.
hanging out at the.
Hugh just
Oh.
finished his piano.
Oh,
And-
more have. Do you have sending prepared by chance?
I should probably start doing that every single time now.
Oh, I was just. Well, it occurred to me.
Yes,
since
I
we
do
seem to
have
be
it
kind of
prepared.
suspicious of Anlos. I was going through my notes recently, and I wrote down that, and this I might have not. This might not be right, but I wrote down that Anlos said she was a friend of Anlin. So we could contact Anlin and ask if that's true.
She said she was his niece or something, right?
I don't remember. I just wrote down friend of Anlin.
Do you just tell me if I'm right? I'm 100% sure she's the niece or some sort of relative.
It's I've got to say it's really funny how sometimes yeah, I hear these facts that definitely have
It's
never
just totally
happened.
wrong. Is the friend of Anlin never happened either?
Yes, I'm gonna give you a free one on that one as well.
think,
Yeah, no.
No, she
I
never
think
said that.
there
Yeah,
was-
I don't know
there
why
was-
I wrote that down then. I knew it was possibly wrong because it's just like a random thing that was like next to everything else.
No, digging in my memory, I'm pretty sure that this was actually a point of confusion during that episode where we were
Got
going
it.
to the inn, and it was like there's an elf with a name that begins with an
That's
A,
right. That's right.
and then you
Yeah.
guys were all like, "Oh yeah, we know an elf with a name of the A. It must be this elf." And then we go
Yeah.
there, and it's not the elf we were
It's
thinking
not
of.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Sounds
it was
about
a deliberate attempt at fooling you, and apparently it confused you even more than I thought it would.
We're too stupid friends for you to do things like that, dude. You can't.
My
can't
bad.
give
My
us
bad.
Knows its whole backstory.
We're never gonna get past them.
I don't care. Mort still thinks that
I will delete that.
she's
then.
they're related.
All right. Anyways, yeah, the night goes on. The locals start to leave. The people at the inn also start to leave. Like go up into the rooms. Are you also gonna go sleep?
Which way? Donnie's gonna watch where the gnome and the bodyguard, like which general direction they're heading when they leave.
General direction upstairs.
Well, it wasn't clear if they were staying at the inn or not. So yeah, it's like he's
Yeah. They go upstairs. You don't really see
Sure.
what's happening upstairs, but yeah, they head over there.
Okay.
Before we go, can I like look around this common room? Is there like, besides the bar and like stuff like that, is there maybe a bookshelf or like a shelf with like board games on it or like stuff like that?
No entertainment.
Was my music
There is-
not good enough for you?
Well, I mean,
You're disgraceful.
Look,
I
I-
hope you know that. And you call
No,
yourself
no. Pierre, look,
nobility. Wow.
don't take this the wrong way, but you guys sleep so much. I mean, you go to bed and then it's like 8 hours of nothing, and I'm just sitting around. What am I supposed to do? You can't. I mean,
8 hours.
unless you can like sing in your sleep or something. I mean, if you
Reminisce about the music I've played. Surely it's mesmerizing enough to enchant you even when you're awake.
Well, due to my Fey ancestry, I'm resistant against charm. So, not really, but
Wow, aren't you just sunshine and butterflies?
no, but even if I were to reminisce about your music, how long would that take me? I don't know, 5 minutes? Even if I really liked it,
minutes is not
20
enough to capture the greatness of my music.
Well, regardless, the point stands. I mean, if I had like reading material, I mean, usually I spend the night like making poison or something like that, but right now I have a bunch of poison, and
I think that's just very hilarious to think about. Like, I just spend the night making poison. I just make poisons.
I mean, you gotta have hobbies, man.
I'm just trying to make sure that nobody else is like hearing this conversation between these
Janice
two.
doesn't care that people are listening, if they are. But anyways, well, if there's no reading material, actually, maybe I'll go ask, what's his face? Hawks. Is Hawks still around?
No, the innkeeper's not. Their daughter is still at the bar, cleaning up, but the innkeeper themselves, you can't see them anywhere.
Okay. Can I go up to this
How old is the
daughter?
innkeeper then?
How old is the innkeeper?
Yeah,
Roughly.
like
Species?
40, 46 years old.
Is he a human male? Or?
Yes, human.
Okay, I'd like to go up to the person who's currently cleaning the bar. Excuse me.
Hello?
Yes,
How can I help?
Well, we've rented a room, and I was wondering if you have any reading material that I can borrow. See, I don't sleep that much, and it would be a nice way to pass the time. Do you have any such entertainment I could borrow for the evening, for the night?
They say, they stammer for a bit and they're like, I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Do you
There's a library in the city.
Oh, I'm not looking for anything special. Just something to pass the time with. I mean, do you have something from your personal collection that you'd be willing to borrow for the evening?
She says, I mean, I don't really read, so no.
Well, that's disappointing. Then I'll wish you a good evening then.
All right, have a good night.
I would like to put my hand on.
Philistine.
I would like to put my hand on Janice before handing her a script to one of Jurgle's sermons.
Is this one of your trifold pamphlets or whatever?
You can always read this.
Well, I guess if I have nothing better to do, thank you, Mort.
No problem.
I'm sure it's enlightening.
All right. So yeah, do you all just go sleep then?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna read the thing Mort gave me.
Yeah. Are you when are you gonna trans?
I'm gonna
Wait. Do you guys want to say anything to Anlos? I'll cast sending before we go to bed.
Oh,
I would just ask her if she's doing well. Hey, Anlos, we're at the Beaver Rock Inn. How are you doing? Love and kisses. That's too many words. I don't know. Or just something. I don't know. Tell her where we are, ask her how she is, and if she doesn't respond, then maybe she's asleep, or I don't know.
maybe she's ghosting us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, when is Janice going to trans, beginning or end, or?
Having right now, she is not particularly super motivated to jump into the script about Jurgle, so she's going to do 4 hours of trancing and then 4 hours of being awake and like staring into space, reading the thing, and whatever else.
All right. I'm gonna wait for this text, then.
Yeah, I'm just
Did we-
putting out the message. The sending spell, sorry.
Did we ever? Yeah, we don't have a name for our adventuring company, right?
No, we do. It's the fire starters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not in the charter. We should.
Because it's the old charter. Does it even have your names on it?
Yeah.
I can edit it in there.
I think we said that like we literally just sort of like put a line through the people that are dead and like next
Yeah, yeah.
and like wrote down
mhm,
below
mhm.
like the additional people. We didn't have them make up a new one.
That's pretty dark. It's like the
They're
cross.
dead. It doesn't matter.
And you go around showing this paper to everybody as well. So
Yeah.
Maybe we should write in brackets next to the crossed out names, dead. just to
or just
be
a
clear
little
for people.
skull. As just
As
like
opposed
a
to like retired.
Yeah. You know, to get rid of any confusion.
I don't know. Yeah. This.
Oh no, it does say it on the charter. It does say fire starters, and we do have the
Yeah,
do have
Duke
the
just
names
edited
crossed
it.
out. There's a line through them.
yep.
That felt
Yeah.
like
So
writing an email to my boss or something.
yep. So Anlos replies to you and just says still feeling bad. I'll catch up later.
Right.
Thanks, and loss.
Okay, so you all go to sleep. And
Dun dun dun.
And we wake up fine.
you don't
We've
wake
leveled
up.
again.
The inn sucks us into its digestive tract.
I kind of want to wait for Jake here.
Oh.
It's that serious, eh?
Yes.
My
Well-
bad. I had y'all on loud, so I could still hear you. My bad.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you all are aware of the situation,
Absolutely.
which is that
Another mountain
As you go-
explodes.
as you go to sleep, suddenly you hear a scream from outside or from inside, from the inn, from outside of your rooms. You hear a scream, you hear a loud thump, you hear another scream, you hear some glass breaking, and just suddenly commotion.
I mean, obviously we're running out there, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is assuming we woke up, right?
Yeah, like it happened.
Yeah, we
It
throw our
it happened
armor on.
quite soon afterwards.
Janet
So yeah.
snaps out of her trance, leaps to her feet.
Donnie's
just
first out
Um,
the door, dashing
If
in.
we're
straight
in the
away.
middle of the long rest, I have my spells from the previous day, or
Mm-hmm.
okay, because otherwise I wouldn't have had time to prepare spells. I have to spend an hour doing it, right? Or do I just I'll always have spells. It's just
Preparing
you have-
spells.
You have the spells from
okay. Sorry,
the.
for some reason I thought like
your-
the hour after I wake up, I can't cast magic for some reason. That would make no sense. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so you rush out, and there's already you see some other people having come out. You see the innkeeper has come out, and you see the innkeeper's daughter there, and some people you can hear them running around upstairs. As you come out of your rooms, you see a dead body. Somebody has fallen from the from the balcony part, from the upper floor, dropped down. Just quick assessment of the situation. They have fallen on their head or something, broken their neck, gone, dead. And the innkeeper just runs out and just like shouts out and says, everybody, gather out here, get everyone out here right now. And they go and like lock down the front door of the place.
Can I walk up to this dead body that's on the floor, and without touching them, do a quick like visual once-over inspection?
Yes. What are you like inspecting?
Age, race, gender, how they're dressed, are they holding anything? Do they look visibly injured besides the injury that killed them? Stuff like that.
Okay, that was like two different levels of
Well, I mean,
of information.
Is there like I want to like generally know what they are, what they look like, and is there like a dagger sticking out of their back?
Yeah. So you see an elf, a young elf girl, like young, like teenager, not young teenager, like old teenager, but like teenager.
Wait, is this
Young
teenager in
adult.
like elf terms or like teenager from our terms? I mean,
Elf
Like
terms.
70, so
Elf terms, and they you don't see any daggers. You see a broken wine bottle next to them that you would quickly assess probably fell along with them. So there's blood and wine on the floor there, and before you really get to do anything else, the innkeeper's back there, and they've like they're taking control of the situation, and just like they tell their daughter just like go get everybody out here, and then look at Janice and say get away from the body quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna back up. Like, I didn't do anything. And one more bit of information: what are they wearing? Is she wearing like sleepwear or regular clothes or pajamas?
Regular clothes. Regular clothes. Yeah. So the innkeeper says, as pretty much they're looking around and seeing that pretty much everybody is here. As you see, something terrible has happened, and you see also two elves who are coming from upstairs. They just sort of rush over there. Older couple of elves, you would guess parents, and yeah, they look absolutely distraught by this, and the innkeeper just continues and says, this is unheard of, but something has to be done about this. We don't know what happened, but whoever's responsible for this has to still be in here.
I would like to sort of raise my hand and then say, I can speak to the victim in this sort of situation. And if you'd like me to do so, I can do that.
The innkeeper looks at you and says, yes, I was thinking, since you five are our only guests down here on this level, and my daughter, who saw this poor girl fall from the upper floor, was out here. It couldn't have been any of you, so
Also,
please, if you can help me with this.
We are skilled at investigation. So
Riven whips out the eyeglass from his like tinker tools or whatever. He's like, we're on it.
Don is gonna walk around with his cane style, like, looks like we got ourselves a murder mystery on our hands.
Well, I think Mort, your approach was the right one.
I think we should
Can you
consult the
remind
parents
us-
before you do that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Can
ask
you-
the parents if they're cool with summoning their daughter's ghosts.
Can you remind
How
us
do I know
how
it's the
this
daughter?
ability works?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start giving an explanation. A long explanation, mind you, about how the speak with dead spell works.
Do you just do it like in general to everybody around here, or
Yeah,
just
I'm
to your
just
team?
gonna say what I can like sort of do.
Do you think
how
maybe
I
we
can...
should pull the parents aside so that?
All right.
Like,
Well, the
culprit doesn't know?
as Mort is explaining this, the older elf man comes, just like darts over and just extremely furiously just shouts at Mort and just says, "No, you would not do anything like that."
Yeah,
And just like, you get out of here. You will not touch my daughter with your
We were gonna ask
evil
permission,
magics.
dude. You can
Excuse
calm
me,
down
sir.
a little.
Excuse me, sir. First, could we have your name, please?
Oh yeah.
They say, that doesn't matter at all at this point. Don't you understand what's happened here?
What's happened here is something terrible has occurred, and we're trying to figure it out. What
What
happened?
do you think happened here?
The mage says, no, you just no. They are just completely in shock. They're clearly not up for answering any
if your
questions
daughter
from you
can
right
tell us
now.
What happened to her? Maybe we can deliver her some sort of respite in her final moment, so we could get
The,
her last wish.
The elf man just looks at Maud again and just says, "No, you will not touch my daughter. I will kill you if you do anything like that." And it's just like absolutely furious and just screaming at Maud, and just
How is
like
What's the time limit on Revivify? Is it a minute or 10?
A minute, I think.
A minute, I think.
It's a minute? Yeah, it's definitely been a minute. Okay.
What is the mother or the other elf doing in this situation? How does she look?
they're just on like their knees next to the body, just like crying.
Is the innkeeper's daughter around still?
Yes, let me bring you over to the inn here. So there's a lot of people around.
Oh no.
So first of all, don't mind your tokens. For some reason, some of the HPs are off, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's a lot of people around. The innkeeper kind of just comes in here between the elf and your group and just says, hold on, maybe we should take this a little bit slower, please, let's and just speaks to your group specifically and just says like, please understand the situation. This man just lost their daughter. Please have some tact. You're the only ones here who can help. So I'm left with no choice. So I need you to work with me, please. I need you to handle this a little bit better than this.
Okay. Just for clarification, this is our room, and this is the other one of our rooms?
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
And
I apologize for my friend. He is a bit gung-ho on the whole situation. I shall lead this investigation, as truly I am only the right one to do this.
Are you talking about me or
the
Mort?
presence of everyone, and I will get to the bottom of this. Clearly, I will be able to do this. My associates and I are the ones for this job. You're right to put your faith in us.
The innkeeper says, I hope so, but please don't aggravate the victim's family anymore.
Okay, so then I want to go over to the family and try and calm them down a bit. And just like tell them to, or advise them to sit down, and preferably somewhere away.
Safe here. Do you
body.
do you have a musical number that can calm people?
The father just still seems very, very, very angry and just like shouts at Frid and says just like, no, leave us alone. And they just like huddle up next to the body and yeah, they don't seem to be very responsive to anything right now.
Dude, as a half elf, would I know anything about like elven funeral rites? Like, are we like really not supposed to interfere at all? Like, is that are they just distraught, or is this something that like if they had like a day to calm down, would they still absolutely?
I mean, first of all, their daughter. They have just found out that their daughter has died brutally.
I understand that the shock is like, yeah.
But also, you don't know. You don't know their cultural heritage. You don't know who they are, where they are from. Just because they are elves doesn't mean that they necessarily follow the same same stuff as you would.
I'm gonna lean over to Feared so I can whisper to him. Hey, Feared, do you know anything that might calm them, or I don't know? Can you magically put the parents to sleep or something?
I have a little something I could do that would help, but I think again this is whispered. I could suggest them to peacefully comply with our investigations, but that's a slippery road to go down.
Because I feel like in what is it, 6 hours, 8 hours, they're gonna like be really, really pissed.
How many people?
Depends on what we do in those 8 hours. Like
well,
if we solve
okay,
the murder by then, great.
No, I think the mind control is gonna piss them off. Period.
Oh, they don't necessarily know, and they don't actively seek retribution for what they're doing. They just, in that time, think that that's the right course of action to take. They don't take any or seek any retribution after that.
Oh, interesting. So if it was just suggested of like, why don't you go sit in the other room while we deal with this, or something like that.
If they fail to save, that would work perfectly.
Okay.
And he
But-
would think that would be the right thing to do in the time.
Okay, so they don't know that they've been suggested. Okay.
People can see the spell.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they can't. No, there's not necessarily anything visual about it. Like if you're subtle spelling it, but the part that the thing with subtle spell and suggestion, which is I love that combo. But the part to remember. To know about it is that the spell itself, the spell casting part, is subtle. Like that, nobody notices that. But what they do notice is that the command words that you say, the suggestion itself, is not part of the subtle spell, of course, because like you're actually just saying normal words. So yeah, and anyone can hear the suggestion itself. And if you're suggesting something to someone, basically you're doing a Jedi mind trick, but only on one person at a time. And if they are like, hey,
it depends on what I suggest.
If
I said go do star jumps for 8 hours, people are going to notice that. But if I said please calmly let us help, then that's probably going to.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If somebody's like, you can't enter here, and then you're just like, I can enter here, and then they say, you can enter here, then everybody else is going to be like, hold on, what happened?
Yeah, I think in this case it would work, but if you can only do one person at a time,
the main thing is I'm worried about the sorcery points to cast subtle spell, because I currently only have 2 of them available or left. So that's 2 spells. And
well,
I've got a fair
I think we should
be useful in this murder mystery. Okay.
I think we should let the parents calm down then for now. I don't know, maybe play them some nice music. But for now, I think we should talk to the innkeeper's daughter, because she mentioned seeing us come out.
I definitely think we should leave them alone.
Cleaning up the bar.
Yeah, for now.
Maybe we should look at the first floor as well.
Can we leave one
where
of us with the parents?
Well, we could
leave Todd with them.
Well, I think I'd like to interview the daughter briefly, but I think somebody should keep an eye on the situation here too.
Okay. Yeah. Donnie's gonna just pull us all over into a huddle. So it's the idea that we're discreetly communicating this, like no one else is. Like I said, clearly y'all aren't a bunch of criminals. Okay, I know criminals. Somebody clearly wanted this girl dead. I don't know why. We got to figure it out. I say we take all these people that just came downstairs, separate them, and then we take them in this down south little room here that the innkeeper has on the southwest corner of the building. I say we have Fred in there, intimidating them with me at the door, just kind of like, yeah, that's right. What you want to do about it? We take them in there one at a time. We figure stuff out with them. But the big thing is we got to separate them while they're out here. Because if we got like a crew of people who are trying to whack this girl, that could be bad. But we got to figure out their last name, like where they came from, why somebody might not like them, and we got to figure out which one of these nincompoops sitting out here in the main chair area is going to be
Okay, so have them. I think we should have all the suspects stay out here and try and discourage them from talking to each other. And I don't want to leave you out, Janice, but I do think you'd be the best person to watch everyone while we're interviewing them.
If you just stand still.
Yeah, but I'm also the best at telling. I mean,
you're the investigator too, aren't you?
How's your insight?
I'd like to
step into Feared's role, not to step into Feared's role too much, but my entire class is literally built around asking people questions and investigating.
Well, so then how about the two of you? The two of you are good cop, bad cop. I'm the muscle at the door, and then Mort's going around just like, listen, have you heard about your Lord and Savior Jurgle? And it's just going around distracting everybody, making sure that they can't talk to each other because they're trying to be evangelized at this moment. Because there's been a horrible death, and our cleric is seeing the golden opportunity to let everyone know about how life and death can work simultaneously. I think this is a route to success right here. That's what I think.
How about we all go over what we can actually contribute to the murder mystery? Because then we can divide roles better.
Yeah.
So I can do some physics-based problems to see how much force she would have felt while falling, using my boots of striding and stringing to just jump up real tall. Other than that, I can stand by a door and be
intimidation. Yeah.
Well, we should also make sure that this group of people here is really everybody in the inn. So I think we should ask the innkeeper first, quick to make sure that there's nobody missing, that this is everybody who checked in. He would presumably know that, right?
Yeah.
Well, not everyone was necessarily checked in, because he said there was a lot of visitors who weren't staying the night, and those people wouldn't check in if they're just farmers from surrounding villages.
Yeah, I mean that's a question to ask the innkeeper's daughter. Is like, did everyone leave the tavern? Is everyone in here guests? But before we do any of that, I think we should continue. Going around.
So like for what I can bring to the table is what would be useful here? Detect magic, comprehend languages, disguise self to potentially pretend to be someone else, suggestion, detect thoughts, and clairvoyance if we want to leave people alone in one room to stew and then watch that room.
Oh, that's a fair idea.
Well, I think...
How long can you keep clairvoyance going?
It is... I don't have the stuff to do it, actually. I don't have a focus. That's annoying.
Oh. Wait,
oh well.
What's the rules for spellcasting focus? What do you need? Like,
for the spell itself, I need...
No, I understand.
It's material cost.
But what could be a spellcasting focus?
10 gold. I'll put it back in chat.
No, it doesn't. Your clairvoyance doesn't consume anything, right?
Yeah, but I don't have the item in the first place.
No, I understand all that, but just like, is a spell casting focus something that I potentially could, like, just take one of our very expensive items, or like I don't know exactly.
Probably not quickly.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, I think how many times can you use your detect thoughts ability, Feared?
That's a second level spell. I currently have 2 second level spell slots, 3 third level spell slots, 2 fourth level, and 1 fifth one. So I can upcast it to any of those. Don't gain any benefits from upcasting it, but do have slots available.
Well, and Fred, don't discount.
So my suggestion.
You can intimidate with the best of them now, Fred. These people, they've seen you sing, but they also can see those deltoids on you. So don't be afraid. You just go bad cop on them.
Intimidation might not always be...
Well,
I don't want to step on your territory there, Donnie.
Well, I'm physically imposing, but you got the charismatic level of intimidation. Like you're giving one-liners off. Like I forget the actor's name. We had him back in Stonehome. I think he was called The Rock. He was just really charismatic, but very intimidating. Very large man.
The innkeeper the innkeeper interrupts your huddle a little bit and just says, please, what should we do now? We can't just have everybody standing around here.
Yeah.
Please,
Well, first,
I give the reins to you.
Could you
Tell
please
us
have
what to do.
everybody take a seat at the tables, except for, of course, the parents?
Are you saying that
you
to
do
the
that for us?
innkeeper?
And also, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or should we send them to their room so they can't see us?
The innkeeper says, as I said, I give the reins to you. Everybody, listen to these adventurers. Now they are in control of this investigation.
All right.
Alright.
We're going to be running a round of questioning. So if you guys would like to, you guys need to take a seat here. As Mr. Hawks already mentioned, nobody is going to leave the inn until we've come to a conclusion as to how this terrible event occurred. And
One of the guests interrupts you, just shouting, "This one over here, a human male, 30s age or something like that," and they just shout out and say, "Why do we gotta be out here? I gotta get my sleep. I've got nothing to do with this."
Well,
if
you
you
can
want to be
sleep in the chair.
interviewed first, sir, that is fine. And then I don't know, maybe you can have a lie down out here. We can't let anybody leave and go off in private. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Donnie's gonna step forward, posturing up, and be like, "Sir, I don't know if you realize there is a dead girl here. I think you can wait a little bit before you get your 40 weeks, okay? Like, the bigger things exist in the world than your current REM sleep cycles, okay? Why don't you pop a squat back there and pipe down, okay? Okay."
They just yell back and say, "This is ridiculous. Just figure it out. I don't need to be here."
Well, you're gonna stay there, so.
Johnny,
okay.
can you sit him
And
down,
unless
please?
he tries to
Okay, I'm
physically
gonna-
leave the room, we're gonna go back into the huddle.
I'm just gonna walk. Donnie's gonna walk up to the stairs and be like, "Oh, really? That's so." And I'm just gonna stand. I'm standing by the stairs,
Okay.
arms crossed, letting you guys start investigating and ask people.
Yeah.
I'd say go talk to the innkeeper, talk to whoever, but
Okay.
I'm running secure with my staff.
Okay. Feared, I think we two should do the interviews.
Sure, yeah.
Do we want to? I'm gonna peek into this room. Briefly double take at how much nicer it is than ours, and then be like, "Oh, perfect. There's a chair. There's 3 chairs and a table." How do we want to run this? Do we want to?
Mort is on security with Donnie, making sure people aren't getting away. Mervyn can be our eyes on the ground, getting people into us, and we can be running it from the room.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And then if Donnie and Mort notice anything, they can signal to each other and one at a time mention it to us, so that we've always got someone there.
May I
Yeah.
make one suggestion for the interviews?
Go on.
I think you should just have a handful of questions and just go through everyone real fast, and then do a second round of like more in depth, so that we can
Yes,
just
good
like,
idea. We can jot those questions down together then quickly.
Yeah.
The elven dad gets up from the floor and just like looks at everyone around and just shouts out, just like, "Get out of here! Can't you do this anywhere else? Can't you see me and my wife? We need some privacy here. Just get out of here."
You could do the interviews in the small room, and we could take everyone into the nice room.
We take everyone to their bedrooms. I think that's the smartest play.
No, you're not,
They can get some rest.
you're not just gonna do a tiny hut around the dead body.
I can't leave.
Put a time spell around the new girl. So that
Just
they
spend
have a
10
little-
minutes
No,
awkwardly
because
walking
then you
around
can't
them.
leave it. I
that's
don't
what
think we can send people back to their rooms because there might be clues that they could then obscure. I really think either we pack everybody into this room and then pull them out one after another to interview them over here, or, and I'm gonna whisper this, is there really no way we can calm the two parents down somehow?
Well, I think
This
that
is
should be
getting
my job.
ridiculous.
Because I'm currently kind of without a job, and I think I should
Yeah.
be with the.
I think
the
as a
elven parents.
half
Okay.
elf as well, I think you're probably the one who's going to get the least flack from them. Like, as charismatic as I may be, I think a dragon coming over to
Me
tell
with
them how
my
to feel
zero
about their
charisma.
dead. Yes and no. I feel
Yeah,
like you
it's
can
fine.
still,
It's fine. I won't do
you can
anything
still,
too
like,
ambitious.
bring them like
with
anything
them.
they
I'm
need.
not
Like
gonna-
if they want water or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was planning on doing. That kind of stuff.
But the elven dad just says, just get out of here. What are you even doing here? This has been some terrible accident. Who cares what happened? My daughter is dead. Just leave us alone.
Sir, if you wanted to be in private, may I just suggest, and obviously we would never do this without your permission, but may I just suggest that maybe we just briefly look over the body here, and then we can move her and you all to a more private area.
The dad interrupts you and just shouts, "You don't touch my daughter."
Okay, fine. That's okay. That's okay. You'll all stay here then. That's okay.
Still surprisingly angry still.
Okay. Would you like some tea?
they just yell out, just leave me alone, everybody.
No tea? I'll get tea anyways.
Above table. I'm pretty sure we should just stop talking to the elven couple.
That's fine. I will.
No. The
Can
problem
we
is they
stop
keep
talking?
they're interrupting us. So
Because we aren't taking action. Grab someone, take them to a room, go talk to them, please. I'm guarding the stairs.
Yeah, we'll take the first guy who's we'll ask the
the daughter.
Yeah. The daughter's the first person we're speaking to. So I'll pipe up loud. Okay, this is what's happening. You're all going to sit quietly, facing the wall away. The daughter of Mr. Hawks is going to come with us, and we're getting to the bottom of this. We've been asked to figure out the problem here. We will do that. That is what's happening.
All right, the
Okay.
people start sort of milling away over to the side here.
Feared, I've come up with a quick list of questions. What do you think about these?
Are you here? Yes, for everyone else. For the daughter who's seen it, we need a bit more.
Well, I would just use these as a guideline and then elaborate if we hear anything interesting.
Yeah, for everyone else, but the daughter who saw the thing and was the first to report it and works as staff here and has knowledge of the customer base to some degree is an important person who needs more than those three, I think. But so let's start with those questions. Just to confirm, why are you here?
You're starting questioning the daughter?
Yeah.
I would like everybody to maybe move their tokens to where you are actually. Like, are you still hanging up around around the body?
From what I'm saying. I can just drag him. Okay. I can't arrow key him because there's no grid. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no. It's not on a grid. You just drag and drop.
Yeah, I got you.
So she'd be on the other
Yeah.
Actually,
so,
she can be on the couch. She can be on the couch. We can have the people we're interviewing be on the couch.
I'd like to have them. I mean, well, they're so far away then, though. Like we could just have them sit in the chair too, right?
You can
Yeah, then
drag.
it's too intimidating, I think.
Don't we want to be a bit intimidating?
Yes. Yes, you
If
do.
need be, at the end,
Okay.
after a first round.
Okay.
'Cause
So we'll set up the
we're
chairs.
clearly more powerful than basically everyone here with our like equipment, and we are given authority. We don't need to flex unnecessarily.
Okay. Okay. So well then, young ma'am. Well, we didn't get your name, but please take a seat. We're just gonna ask you a couple questions, and then hopefully this will be all over in no time. So first, could we get your name, please?
Well, she's just like she's crying. She's very distraught herself.
Sorry, I'll be back in like 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Or,
Mervin Mervin's gonna be at the piano. But yeah. So she's just like crying and just says, "I'm Tawny."
Tawny Hawks.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. And
We can unpack that later.
yeah. And so just to get some easy questions out of the way. We want this to be as easy as possible for you. You live here with your father, correct?
She says, "Yes, my father and my mother,
Mhm.
and I work here."
Father and your mother,
And how old are you?
and you work here, and
Child labor law.
Yeah, that's it. I guess I
I'm-
won't ask that. That's not really necessary.
I'm 19 years old, she says. You asked it, so
Yeah, okay.
you asked it.
and what would you describe as your role? I mean, we saw you cleaning the bar earlier. What do you do around here?
She says, I work here. Is this all really relevant to the situation? Please, I
Okay, we'll get more to. The
I'm
point. Do you
I'm
know
just
who the victim was?
I don't know anything. I just saw them fall down and it was horrible.
Did you see anyone else there? Any reason why they fell?
They say, no. I just saw them. I was cleaning the bar. I was alone, and they just fell. And I didn't see anything.
Before we heard the sound, we heard some screaming. Was that from upstairs?
They screamed as they fell down.
What we heard
And
was
You
crash,
said you were.
a scream, and then another crash, right?
No,
No,
we
it was
heard
two
scream,
screams.
scream, thump, glass breaking specifically. When Tawny, when you said you were alone, had all of the other guests left? Were we the last, or were we the last ones to leave, or?
She says, I don't know when you left.
Well, I talked to you about the book specifically. Remember that?
She says, no.
No. You don't remember me talking to you. Just a dupe. How long has this been? Do we have an estimate of like time we spent asleep?
Nope.
It wasn't
Okay.
long.
But
Yeah, it wasn't long.
Just a couple. Yeah, just.
He's clearly
I mean,
in shock, and I
not
will,
even an hour
quietly-
ago.
I'll say, leave it. I feel she's not going to give us too much more at the moment with our current knowledge. Thanks for your for answering our questions. You may go to your mother now. We'd like to speak with your father.
She says, okay. And zoops out.
Do we have to get
More you want to call out for next, since you're in the door? So I guess you'd probably be the relay guy. Who really want next? Right. What's that more? Oh, cool. Ariamis, I want to talk to you next. Come on.
All right, so you want Aramis over there?
Yeah.
As you're calling them out, the person who was shouting out earlier is just yelling again and just says, "There's 5 of you. Can't you just like take one of us each at a time at the same time? Why do we gotta wait for all of these to happen one at a time like this? What kind of amateurs are you?"
You will get handed to when we're ready for you.
I mean, you're not there. You're in the room.
Well,
No,
also, you're able to hear.
hey, friend, the wheels of justice don't always move swiftly, okay? We are but arbiters of truth. You're gonna have to wait your turn just like everybody else. But we will get you next in queue. You have the next slot. I'll put in a good word with my friends. Hey, Mort, Scrappy McDo over here wants to go next, if you want to let the boys know. Damn, my staff again.
Yes, the innkeeper arrives at the
Alright.
at the room.
Mr. Hawks, please take a seat.
They say, thank you. I must first start and again say, I guess I thank you for helping us here. I can see that you're not professionals at this, but we'll have to take what we can in this situation. I had to think on my feet, and you're the only ones who we can clear out by just my daughter's word. Anyone else, I do not know.
Okay. Well, could we use some of your knowledge then? Do you know the victim and her family?
They say,
Their names,
no.
Have they come to your establishment before?
I don't recall them being here before.
But they
Were
checked
they-
in today?
They say, I don't remember. I have not welcomed them in here today. My wife takes care of some of the business as well,
Okay.
so they may have come at a different time.
Do you? How many of your current clientele that are here today do you recognize?
They say, there's a lot of people who go through here. Maybe some of them have been here before, maybe not.
But no one you would firmly say is without a doubt innocent out of your clientele.
They say, I don't know anyone on a personal level, no.
Okay.
For all I know, without my daughter's word, it could very well be one of you. and you are the most suspicious-looking bunch in here. No offense, but
We have travelled around. We're a chartered adventure company. We wouldn't just kill an innocent girl for no reason. It's not in our MO.
the innkeeper says, how do you know they are innocent? Do you know who they are?
Well, from what we've gathered from the father, he seems to feel quite strongly on that. Now, it's yet to be proven, but as there was no evidence currently to show that she was guilty of anything, we will go by the assumption of innocent until proven guilty.
You're
muted.
I am?
No.
I was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the innkeeper says that's a strange convention. You're not from around here, are you?
No, like I said, we've travelled.
I see.
Very well, but I think then we should talk to your wife next. Would you be so kind as to go send her in then?
He says,
Unless you
all
have
right,
more questions.
all right.
Beard.
Currently, no.
All right. So the innkeeper comes out of the room and goes over to the others. And does Mort Donnie say anything?
No, we just kind of let him pass. I'm gonna let him pass. Like move here, move back.
All right. The innkeeper's wife starts going over to the room, and the person who's been yelling out from the crowd yells out again, and it's just like, "What is this? You just told me that I was next. What is going on here? What are you doing? This is a sham.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I could leave this investigation better than any of you clowns."
Oh, I'd love to see you try. But is chivalry dead where you're from, Mr. Mop Bucket Hat? Okay, let the lady pass. All right, and pipe yourself down. I'm gonna have to. Are we gonna have to wrestle out here and be embarrassed you in front of all your friends? What you feeling? What you feeling?
They
feeling froggy?
they say yeah, sure, let's go.
Cool. Donnie's gonna whip out his stick into his glaive and is now standing there in the doorway with a giant, straight up, just clearly he I'm ready. Come get it.
The person's just like coming out and just like ready to tumble, and the innkeeper just like holds them back and just says, please, not here. Can't you see the victim and the family? And please, you two, please just calm down.
So inconsiderate, little man. So inconsiderate.
And the yelling man is just like, well, whatever, and goes back and sits down and sulks. So you have the innkeeper's wife.
Hello,
Apparently.
Mrs. Hawks, I presume.
They say yes.
How long have you and your husband operated this establishment?
We've been here for a long time. I mean, it's my husband's family business.
And so we were told that you handle some of the check-ins. Did you check in the family of the victim?
They say, yes. They arrived earlier today. Yes.
Could we have their names, please, and the information you got about them, if they said where they were headed or where they're from?
They say, I don't know their names. I did not ask.
Okay.
Did they say anything about where they were headed? Did they say they're going to Redonia or to Sarvent? Or do you remember anything at all about checking them in besides that there were 3 of them? Or were there only 3 of them?
She says, yes, there were 3 of them. We don't really ask questions of people. That's not really... it's not our business.
No, but of course, you're a friendly innkeeper. You want to build rapport with your clientele, no?
She says, well, be as it may, I did not talk to them about their personal lives, so I will not be able to tell you anything about that. I'm sorry.
And they booked a room, the 3 of them together, upstairs. Is that correct? Or separate rooms?
Yes.
A room together. Okay.
And did they pay in advance?
No. Nobody pays in advance here.
Okay. And just for completeness' sake, where were you at the time where the young lady fell off or was thrown off of the balcony?
I was sleeping.
In the bedroom behind the kitchen, or where does your family reside?
They say, yes, there is a bedroom behind the kitchen. How did you know?
Well, I saw the entrance, and that's where the proprietor disappeared to earlier today. I have deductive skills, which is why I'm critical to this investigation.
He says, oh, cool.
I'd like to ask something
right.
about your daughter. She is in a state of shock, would you say, or no?
She says, wouldn't you be?
Perhaps my occupation has dulled me to such atrocities, but I'm able to keep a level head currently.
She says, well, I don't know, maybe you too, if you don't really feel like that would be a shocking thing, and you, as you know, they point at Janice and kind of insinuate like what Janice is, and you being, you know, maybe you two aren't exactly the best to be questioning people. Maybe you should ask somebody else who is more of a people person then.
I am a people person. I'll have you know, everyone loves me. But
Well, and
thank
I
you
think
for the answering our questions.
yeah.
What? Bring in the next person.
She
Perhaps the shouty one, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
She also as she leaves, she just says, my name's Belladonna, if it's important.
Okay.
Did we ask?
Didn't
I
ask.
don't remember. Did we not cover that already, Janice? My apologies. How could we forget something?
First
so
thing
basic?
next time, ask name.
I think it's the mother. No, I don't know yet.
Real quickly for my notes, I don't need to know all the details, but just I'd like to know what was the innkeeper's daughter's, like where she was at the murder, and then for the innkeeper.
By the
Sleeping.
bar.
So he was also sleeping.
He was
We didn't
sleeping.
ask we didn't ask him actually.
Okay. All right. Then
We
the
don't know where
innkeeper.
he was.
Okay.
Also, since you were away, Kate, what is Mervyn doing?
Oh, I think he brought some tea to the grieving family. Maybe just set it beside them. Or maybe he brought over a small table. I'm assuming they're crouched by their daughter's body. I don't know what they're doing.
Yes, they are like kneeling, sitting down.
Yeah. So maybe I bring over like a side table and I just set the tea down on there, and I'm like, okay. And I sort of sit near-ish them.
As you do that, the dad just like gets up and screams at you and just leave us alone already. How many times do I have to tell you? Go away.
Okay. Fine. Well, call me if you need anything. My name's Mervin. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, above
They
payroll, I
don't
definitely
reply.
think he's gonna need a spell slot used on him.
We should have just cast sleep on both of them and
Don't have
then
that spell anymore.
interrogated them. No? Ah, fuck.
No.
Well, we can
I
cast
think I
sleep
do, though.
with blunt objects.
I have a question, Duke. The mom, is she having angry responses as well, or is she just sort of just sitting there?
No,
in
she's
shock?
just been on the floor crying this whole
Okay,
time.
so she might not protest if you suggest on him. Like,
But anyways, who Mort, who are you calling in?
The dude who was very who said all the words.
The
I
shouty
cannot
guy.
English right now. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
The man who was shouting at Donnie earlier.
Yeah, they come on over, and they as they walk past Johnny, they just give like an evil eye.
You want to do something about it, punk? Huh? That's what I thought.
Hit me. Go ahead. See what happens.
As he comes in, I would just like to gently shut the door, and then stand between him and the door, and give him an evil eye while I'm at it. Good measure.
All right.
All right, Mr. What's your name?
Bobbert.
Bobbert. Well, Mr. Bobbert, please take a seat.
They take a seat.
my new favorite NPC.
So, Bobbert, what would you... could you just tell us briefly what you're doing here? Are you a traveler? Are you a farmer? Are you an investigator yourself, as you so loudly proclaimed earlier? We were able to hear you from all the way back here.
They say, well, what does it matter what I'm doing here? I have nothing to do with this murder, so
Answer the question.
why don't you ask somebody else? They say, well, again, like I have nothing to do with this. I mean, it's obvious who did it.
Well, who did it then?
They say, if you had seen, if you had eyes, you would have known that the innkeeper was eyeing to rob these people. Haven't you, like, don't you have eyes in on your head, or what? Like, it's obvious. The innkeeper's been trying to rob these people, and I don't know how they did it, but they took care of a girl, maybe to intimidate them. I don't know, but I mean, you've heard them talk, like they're all in cahoots, the whole family.
Mm-hmm. And how did you find
check
this out?
that to see if he genuinely believes that, or if he's just saying whatever.
Yep. Sure.
Can I do that too?
Sure.
Yeah, actually, thinking about it, why haven't you been inciting everyone here?
Because as we
Because me, there's not really much point doing it. But...
No, because as we've established, insight can be a two-edged sword, and so far nobody has said anything that I felt could have been some sort of major lie. I mean,
Yeah, because
I
it can
start
also
rolling it every.
it can also give you a false sense of security. If somebody is a really good liar and if somebody like a really good liar and you roll high and I say you don't think they're lying, then yeah. That could be a bad situation. But yeah,
I'll roll when I want to know. I guess. is what
yeah,
I'll say.
you find it a little bit weird with this person. They seem to be a little bit all over the place in terms of what they're saying here. But you haven't really asked enough stuff to really get a good sense of them. But it's a little bit inconclusive whether they're just making it up.
Well then, Bobbert, what was your relation to the girl?
They say relation. I didn't have
Well,
any
I saw
relations with them.
I saw you talking earlier today, at dinner.
They say, what are you talking about? I've never met them. I was just eating food by myself over here. What are you talking about?
So you just to be sure, you've never met this person, never seen them before. Have you been at this inn before?
They say, I've been here many times. Yeah, I'm a regular.
Oh, so you know the Hawks well then.
He says, yeah, I mean, I'd say so, yeah.
So why do you frequent an establishment that you believe is trying to rob its owners and are in cahoots about this kind of illicit activities?
They say, I mean, it's why are you here? I mean, it's obvious. This is the only place to be if you're traveling through here. As I frequently do, I'm a traveler. I go between cities here and I gotta rest somewhere.
What's your business?
My business is my own. I mean, you don't need to know about it. As I said, it's obvious. It's obvious already. It's the innkeeper.
Answer the question. What do you do?
They say, various things, it doesn't matter. You just kill the innkeeper or whatever it is you're planning to do.
Why would you want us to kill the innkeeper?
I don't know what you're doing. You look pretty violent. You look like pretty violent people to me, and that's a big friend of yours out there was trying to kill me as well. So I mean, who knows?
Well, I guess he needs to step up his game then, if he was trying to kill you.
Bubba says.
That's wonderful. That's perfect.
But Bubba says, I mean, if I were you, if I was like, big adventure heroes like you, I would just, kill everyone, that way. At least you get get whoever it was who did this,
And you're happy to let us start with you then, in that case?
Yeah. So did you push her off the balcony then?
Bubba says, one question at a time. Come on. I didn't do anything, and I don't want to die. But what am I gonna do if you come in here with your big swords and your big magics? What am I gonna do?
Okay, so just to wrap this up then, where were you at the time of this incident?
Baba says, I was writing a book.
Oh, I've been looking for a book. Could I see it?
He says, no, it's unfinished. No.
So are you a writer then, as your trade, or is it a hobby?
he says, I do various things.
Mhm.
Come on, you've been asking this
I'm
many
gonna
questions
cast,
from everybody else. Can I go already?
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
All right, you detect no magic.
No magic.
No magic.
All right. Well, we've
Bobber
definitely
is not. Bobber is not a secret wizard.
I'm gonna lean to whisper to Fjord, but make sure that Bobbert can probably overhear. Well, we've definitely got a big key suspect here.
I'm gonna nod
Okay,
So-
well,
Bubba seems to be like very unconcerned about this whole thing. Like that's the vibe you get that they don't really like seem to be too worried. They don't come off as like nervous.
what was that, more?
I wrote psychopath in my notes.
Okay. Well, I guess we should question someone else then. Clearly, this isn't going anywhere. Yeah.
go sit down and have a drink.
Should we send him to
Bubba
his room?
says,
Yeah, should we send him to his room? Or not?
Mhm.
We want to check the rooms.
I mean, we can tell him he can lay down out here.
Bubba says to you, "Oh, drinks are on you. Yeah, that's gonna make things better over there. Let's get some drinks out for everyone, yeah?"
Once they've,
God.
you may have one drink, and that goes after you've had your questioning.
Bubba says, "Okay, I'm leaving. Okay." And as he leaves the room, arrives in the common room, he just comes out and shouts out, just, "Hey, it's drinks for everybody on these adventurers. Let's go. Hey, innkeeper, let's get some drinks out." And the elven dad is furiously shouting at them.
Okay. After he says that, I'm going to say, Mort, can you sit him down for a while? He's clearly not with it.
Who are you talking about?
This guy.
Bobbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mort's just confused, and I'm confused in real life as well. So right.
Then I'm going to, in that case, if Mort is looking confused, I'm going to walk over to Donnie and say, Donnie, can you babysit this fella here? He can sit on the bench over here, and he's to behave. Do as, with
sure.
him as you will.
Oh, little Jack Horner, come over here with me, my man. And just gonna walk on over, and big brother, arm around the side, pulling over. Sit around, like, "What'd you say? You wanted a drink? Let me go get you something." And then I'm gonna walk over to Eremias and ask him if I can get a glass of milk.
Eremias says, we don't have any milk around here, but there's some water if you want to grab that.
Nah, not insulting enough. Thanks, though. Appreciate it. I'm just I'm gonna walk back over to the stairs and just turn over to Bobber, lower my shoulder, and be like, guess the well's tapped dry. Sorry, bud. And just stand there with my staff. And probably look at him more than I should be, given that he's clearly not a threat. I'm gonna keep him like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Just standing. And Mort, we got someone else on deck, or are we just going potpourri from here on out? Anything?
I'm gonna call this guy who appears to have some sort of avatar tattoo on his head.
A big Goliath. It's the Goliath, the bodyguard to the gnome who's behind them.
But
yeah, you're just like, hey, you big person over there, you get over here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, your tall glass of water. Come walking on over here. Come on, bud.
And the Goliath starts walking over along with the gnome.
Whoa there, Pipsqueak. What you doing there? And Donnie's gonna reach out to try and stop them as they're like walking together and separate.
Yeah, the Goliath just like they just like raise their hand towards you and just say, "You don't touch my client."
I'm not gonna touch your client, but we're looking to conduct one-on-one interviews, and I don't care if you're part of a thruple, a quadruple, or a double, but none of this. We talking one-on-one only. Your client will be perfectly safe out here.
The gnome says, "Excuse me, my big friend, but my bodyguard and me, we come as a package, so we will be going there together. But don't worry, we had nothing to do with any of this, so I can assure you that we will be more helpful as a group than alone."
Maybe, but I would say in general, attachment disorder is a real thing, and seeking some couples therapy might serve you to some good. Okay? And then I'm gonna like scoot over a little bit to around here, just being a little bit closer to that door, since there's two of them in there. But still on the stairs, still giving Bobbert a little pump fakes, but getting positioned a bit closer to the
Crack your knuckles
numbers.
towards Bobbert, you know.
All right. So the Goliath and the gnome both enter the room at the same time.
Wow, you are one individual, certainly. I'm glad we can speak to you, sir.
No, what I was gonna do, just as they were entering the room, is I'm gonna let the Goliath sort of stand here with me. And then the gnome can like take the questions himself.
They can both answer questions. Why would we only want questions from one of them? If they're answering together, then they can sit together. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one seat, so the gnome gets it anyway.
Hello, sir. What might your name be?
Who are you referring to? Both of them.
But I'm speaking to the gnome, asking what their names are together.
Okay, yeah. The gnome says, I am Slopstick. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. And this is my bodyguard, Tharm Stonebrook. I am from the capital. I was just on my way over to the city of Redonia to conduct some research for the Academy of Wizardly Arts, and yes, we were here, and unfortunately we are now in the middle of this dreadful situation, but I wanted to just start off by telling you that I consider myself somewhat of a amateur sleuth myself, so if there are any tips you would like to know at any point, please come to me. I may have some ideas, and in fact I already do, but if you need any hints, I can help you out.
Wow. Well, let's first off, we might as well lead with your hints, as they were. Please describe what you think happened, and include where you both were, and what led up to you being here.
The gnome says, well, I, of course, I cannot say anything about the event itself, the possible murder here, as I have not been able to search the area or anything, but I think you may be doing things in somewhat of a strange order, as I don't believe you even investigated the area around the accident. You may have you may want to go and see what's upstairs, what kind of things there are, and maybe as these questionings are going, maybe you could also go and search around those rooms, find some evidence. That's all I was thinking right now. Maybe I'll come up with something else later on, but that's just my thoughts. As to us two, I have the stately suite upstairs where I am resting. At the time of this event, I was asleep, and my bodyguard here was in fact outside. Thumb was outside of my room, standing guard. So Thumb certainly would have seen if there was anything happening over there.
Did you see anything happen over there? Did you see the young lady at the top of the balcony?
Thumb says, no, didn't see anything.
Where were you looking then? Were you keeping an eye on the surroundings to make sure that your client was safe?
Thumb says, I was at the door in the corridor. I do not see anything.
What did you hear?
He says, only heard the scream, nothing else.
And how long have you been Mr. Sloptick's bodyguard, if we might inquire?
The gnome interjects and says, Thumb here has worked for me for several years now. In fact, during my work, I must travel oftentimes, so it is good to have somebody to take care of me.
Are you familiar, by chance, with the wizard Waltonrich? I know, of course, that you would have heard of him, but would he know you?
Sloptick says, yes, of course. We are on a first name basis.
So you'd be happy that he would vouch for you and your character.
Sorry, you were talking over each other. AJ, what did you say?
And he would happily vouch for you, yes?
Slopstick says, yes, of course. And what do you say, Tom?
So you're an arcane researcher yourself, then, correct?
The gnome says, yes, I am a researcher, yes. As my day job, but as I said, I'm very interested in amateur detective work.
And just for my curiosity, what would you describe as your field of research, your specialty, what type of magic are you specialized in?
The gnome says, well, I mean, again, this doesn't seem like a relevant question for the case at hand here. We research a little bit of everything. I'm currently looking into some reports about some illegal activity in Redonia.
Interesting. Okay.
Any particular factions, such as, or any particular species, as groups involved in that?
Sloptick says, again, this is completely has nothing to do with the investigation here at hand. Okay. This question line is completely irrelevant. But I can talk to you about it later, once you've concluded this.
Back to the active questioning, though. Did you happen to know the victim, or did you perhaps talk to this elven family beforehand?
They say, no, I don't know any of these peasants, no.
Okay. Well, we'll take your hints into advisement. Fear, did you have any more questions for these two?
Not at present, no. They may seat themselves on the bench also, or a different bench.
Wonderful. And okay. Yeah, we'll send those two out. Should we? I think his hint was quite good. Should Mervyn maybe search the
Probably.
upstairs?
I was gonna ask once he left.
Well, so since Donnie scooted over here, he could see this now on the floor, but just south of Tawny. So Donnie's gonna
Yeah.
kind of like motion over to Mervyn, like, hey, come here, and like kind of like point that out, trying to hint to you to go over and check that out. 'Cause
Okay.
we heard a crash, and that's on the opposite side of the room with the body.
Right, but wasn't there a wine bottle directly next to her?
But she's like across the entire room from this broken thing on the floor.
What, Duke? When you described the body, didn't you say there was a broken wine bottle directly next to her, or was
Yes.
it just? Yeah. Okay. Which is not this. Is
No.
or is not this other broken bottle?
That is not it, no.
Okay, then I will go investigate that broken bottle.
All right. You quickly conclude your investigation by noting that it is some sort of bottle from the tavern, and Tawny, who is right next to it, just says, "I dropped it when I saw the thing happen."
Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna go to the interview room, and ask Janice and Fred, do you want me to maybe go upstairs and look around a little bit?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You could even take Mort or Donnie with you
I was
if you
thinking
wanted.
that. Yeah. And could I maybe get a little magical encouragement?
Oh,
Quick, give him a good ditty.
Yeah.
Pull out a song.
yes. A
like
little
a-
slam poetry, bardic inspiration.
Just brings out a lute and just.
You're awesome.
And the elf parents just yell at us again. They're just like, "Why?
Why do you hate us? Have we not
Having a
suffered
jam
enough?
session. Our daughter's dead.
Okay.
More. Why don't? Or
yeah.
I guess it's since Mort's gone.
Can
yeah,
Todd
Mort,
give me the help action?
yeah, Mort, you hang out down here. We're gonna head upstairs. Bobber, you got nothing to hide. You got no reason to be worried. I'm just gonna give him a look.
He's gonna keep an eye on
Mort,
you.
Are you going to keep an eye on the crowd then?
Yes, Mort's keeping an eye on
That's what I
people.
figured, was we'd let Mort, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Are there any elves among the remaining?
There are two
drow.
elves. There is a drow elf, and then there's a normal elf.
No elf. Okay.
Wow. Ooh.
I'm gonna say, hey, Mr. Fairskin, or Madam Fairskin, can't quite tell from over here, and point to the drow. It's in the top corner. I was like, why don't you go talk to my compatriots, and then have that be the next question. But,
Yeah,
before
they
I
just
head
say,
upstairs.
Fine. All right. So as a drow goes over there, Mervyn and Donnie, there is, in fact, the second floor is, if you scroll the map down, you can see it.
Okay.
So yeah, you can you can throw yourselves over there, and yeah, you can look around, and I'll let you kind of look at the map for a bit first and figure out what you wanna do while this drow is being questioned. So yeah, the drow comes in. They look very they look very serious and brooding.
Are they a male or a female?
Male.
Hmm.
Know your place in the matriarch.
Yeah.
Janice, as you give a sort of drow to drow look over of them, something you notice about them is like you haven't met many drow here on the surface yet. But for example, in Redonia, you met that one drow who wasn't really interested in talking to you. But they seem to be very like accustomed to the surface world. So you would maybe like, I would imagine that that Janice would maybe figure out that they have probably been on the surface for a while. But you're not getting the same vibe from this person. So you don't know if it's just that they haven't like integrated with the surface in a way, or if they haven't been here for a long time.
Tourist vibes, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like your initial impression of them. You don't see any family insignia.
Okay, so he's not wearing like a crest or a. Is he dressed like a?
It's kind of like half in between. They don't seem to be dressed like somebody who's you know in the drow cities down there. They are sort of dressed in like travel gear that could work in the Underdark, but also could just be from the surface as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say they're dressed like you, in a way. Kind of a similar
practical adventuring stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Speak.
We're getting to see Janice in her natural habitat. Is this what Janice was like?
The drow says they just say, so, about what? I didn't do anything.
Well, first you could identify yourself, or perhaps a name would be appropriate, no?
They say, my name is none of your business.
Yes, well, it's my business, unfortunately. So, yeah, you can start speaking.
The drow says, no, I don't think I will. You don't intimidate me.
Well, I wasn't trying to. You'll know if I start intimidating you. Now, this is me asking kindly. Identify yourself.
The drow says, I don't have a name.
Woman, I look.
I'm going to show my hand with the Drialis family crest on it, pointed at him. Do you recognize this sigil here?
They look at it. You can immediately tell that they do recognize it, and they say, no, never seen it.
So, you are aware of the authority I wield?
They say, no.
You're not aware of it, or you don't respect it?
They say, they say, I heard that house is no more.
Well, yet clearly here I am, and what does that make me?
They say, probably a potential target.
Mm-hmm. Or, well,
Maybe she already was. Maybe she came out stronger. Maybe we've killed everyone that's come after us. Maybe we're hardened killers ourselves. Who can really tell?
um, hmm,
How long have you been here?
They say arrived today.
oh,
And how long had
so
you
have
planned
you?
to stay?
Sorry, you talked
Yes,
again
yeah.
on top of each other.
You go ahead, Fitch.
How long do you plan, or had you planned to stay here?
They said just for the night.
Mm-hmm. So, have you seen the giant orb of fire in the sky?
They say the sun. Yes.
Uh-huh. It's pretty weird, isn't it?
they say
Man, this weather, oh god.
yeah. They say I don't care.
Uh-huh.
Now, did you know the victim?
No.
Did you know anyone here?
No.
What's your purpose for stopping by here?
I would mention that Janice's spider sense is tingling a little bit about this person not knowing anyone or having no reason to be here or anything.
Mhm.
There's something suspicious about them.
So you were sent for me, weren't you?
They say don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm. Can I insight check that?
No, I mean they
It's obvious.
know
They've literally said
They know. Okay, they know who I am. I
Yeah.
know that they. Okay.
they know of your house. They don't necessarily know you personally.
Literal.
Mhm. So, were you sent here to push that lady off of the balcony?
They say no.
Insight check. Okay. I guess there's no real reason for me to be doing these insight checks other than to, get tormented.
Yeah, you don't
Frid full-heartedly believes now whatever you tell me. So
yeah, you don't think they're lying.
I think his name actually is None Your Business.
well, Mr. Nunya,
I'm gonna cast.
we've asked every.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Is it not still?
All right.
Or is it? It might still be.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Okay. Do I see any magical artifacts on him then?
No.
No magical artifacts.
Do you know how this lady died? So
They say clearly they fell on their head, broke their neck. Somebody pushed them. It's obvious, isn't it?
I'm gonna lean over to Feared. Can't you read his mind or something?
well, I'm going to whisper back. If that's how we want to do this, and right now we can do that, but I thought we were saving the aces in the holes for after we've done a surface level thing of everyone.
Okay. Yeah, well, Where were you at the time that this event transpired?
They say I was in my room.
And which room is that?
It's upstairs.
Uh-huh. And do you have no family sigil? Have you rejected your house? I see you're wearing no symbol. Are you some sort of outcast? Are you just a vile mercenary, or what are you?
They say, that's none of your business.
None of my business.
Answer the lady. Gosh, don't you know some respect? We're
The drow just stares at Janice while answering Frida and just says, "That's not how things work here on the surface."
Yes, on the surface, we're conducting an investigation. You answer the questions. That's exactly how it works. I don't care how it works with Drow. Doesn't even matter. We're the ones asking questions. You should show us respect.
They say no.
Wow, aren't you the proverbial ray of sunshine?
Well then, what brings you specifically to this small inn? Why are you here? Couldn't you just camp outside? Like the obviously, I don't know, rough type you are.
They say, no.
You're incapable of camping.
Or did you
No.
have business here at the end?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
They say, no, I don't have any business here.
Did you have any pleasure here planned?
They just say no.
No. Okay.
Suddenly the murder got even darker.
Well, no, if you wanted to come for the cabbage or something, like if there was something renowned about this place, it's a named thing on the map for a reason, no? Oh well, I guess he didn't.
Okay, send him away. I think we've had enough of this. This is charade. This mockery of an investigation.
No.
I mean,
Yeah. I think we're done with you. Yeah, you can go rest, sir. Mr. Nunya, it's been good speaking to you.
All right. The drow leaves,
So,
and
then I speak to Janice. Yeah, I don't know why you were hammering on about that guy so much. He clearly didn't seem to have done anything at all.
he's suspicious. I think it's him.
Oh, you just think that's because he's a drow, don't you? You're jealous of everyone and suspicious of all. That
It's
guy
not-
clearly had done nothing wrong.
Dude, it's just logic. He doesn't say why he wants to be here. He was clearly lying about having no objective. He's only here for a day. I mean, so far, discounting Bobbert, he has the clearest motive, or the clearest potential motive. He was sent here to assassinate the daughter, and he's here for one night, and then he leaves. It fits. And what else?
I don't know. If he was trying to kill someone, he could have done it.
Drow.
I feel like you could kill someone quite efficiently. So I'd say another drow would be able to do all that poison shenanigans, kill her in her sleep. Nothing this messy.
You're right.
Maybe
This
the daughter
does
was poisoned. To be fair.
amateurish. It does seem a bit amateurish, but well, he is a solo. He is just on the surface. Why else would he be here? I mean, he's an outcast. Probably
But
pretty
what
worth.
particular reasons do drow have to go after elves?
Well-
Leave the Underdark to go after their way to such a degree to target one elf. And the daughter of an elf, no less.
I mean, maybe they're nobility of some sort. Maybe the daughter is the bearer of some sort of prophecy. I don't know. There's a myriad reasons. Maybe 10 years ago, he